as I told you guys, and as we went through the other day, there are many stories coming out of Ukraine, photos, videos, heroic tales that have turned out to be completely fake, or, some videos even came from video games, and they've shown things like Israel bombing Gaza and then saying that that's Russia bombing Ukraine. Just tons of nonsense. And one thing I wanted to show you is this Snake Island story. So this is from 4 days ago. Okay, take a look at what they're saying here. So Russian warship, go fuck yourself. And apparently a Ukrainian official said 13 soldiers had been killed, and he circulated an audio clip that he and media outlet Pravda said was an exchange between Ukrainian and Russian forces. So basically they're saying there were these brave 13 Ukrainian soldiers who told this Russian warship to go fuck themselves, and then they were killed by the Russians, right? And this is Snake Island. This is the place. And, they've been celebrated as heroes, and Ukraine says it will posthumously honor a group of Ukrainian border guards who were killed defending a tiny island in the Black Sea. So that's supposedly the clip. President Zelensky names the 13 killed on Snake Island heroes of Ukraine. So even the president is coming out and saying, these guys are brave warriors, and they're going to be awarded posthumously and everything. And you can tell where I'm going with this. Yeah, it turns out to be a bunch of bullshit. So the 13 guys are actually not 13. There's about 80 of them, and they're all alive and well. Yeah, I see water, and it's probably food. So they're alive and well. They're completely fine. And it's so funny watching all the people on the internet explode in, glorifying these guys. They don't even correct it. Look at this, for example. This is a tweet over here. It's got 137,000 likes on Twitter. 38,000 shares. Actually, it's a bit more. It's more like 44,000. And so it says a group of Ukrainian border guards were stationed on Snake Island in the Black Sea south of Odessa when a Russian warship ordered them to surrender under threat of attack. Their response, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. They held their ground. All 13 were killed. Ukraine's border service said the Russians shelled and captured the island. President Zelensky confirmed the soldiers were killed and all would be posthumously honored. Wikipedia is already dubbing this the Battle of Snake Island. Like, the guy who tweeted this just doesn't even post a correction underneath that, turns out this was fake. They're alive and well. They're fine. And here, of course, you have this Dan Crenshaw saying, Snake Island says go fuck yourself. The ghost of Kiev kills 5 Russian jets by himself. That's another myth, right? That there was some kind of ace fighter pilot who, had gone and done dogfights with Russian jets and he downed 5 of them. Also complete bullshit. And woman passes out sunflower seeds to Russians so they'll grow flowers when they die. 25-year-old woman says she'll make Molotov cocktails this weekend. Ukrainians are fighters. Putin can go to hell. Wow. The propaganda is really something.
The soldiers were defending that small Black Sea island known as Snake Island, and they kept 2 Russian military ships off the island for several hours, but they were ultimately forced to surrender due to a lack of ammunition. When Russian forces ordered them to lay down their weapons or face bombing, this is how the Ukrainian guards responded. Now, the Ukrainian Navy says that...
I love how they beep it as if anyone watching CNN can speak Russian.
The soldiers are being held prisoner by the Russians. Russian state media also showed their arrival in Crimea, where they are being held. Well, the Ukrainian...
Well, that's that then. That's that. And again, this shows you how much garbage there is on the internet. There's so many things like this where they're claiming, the ghost of Kiev and Snake Island, and they show all these like heroic things. There was also a video of a girl confronting a soldier, and they said it was a Ukrainian girl telling a Russian soldier, like yelling at him to leave. It's not. It was a Palestinian girl. She's called Ahat Tamimi. She's extremely famous. Everyone knows her in the Arab world. And that video was from 2012. It's in the fucking desert. Like, she's in a t-shirt. You're telling me she's in a t-shirt in Ukraine in February? Are you high? Like, they just... And these things get millions of views. Millions. And they're still there. Like, the propaganda is so ridiculous and cheap and corny. It's so corny. And I'm not surprised, really, because in Syria, they did far worse. You know, they faked chemical gas attacks, you name it. You name it, right? It's like a Hollywood, like, it's not even a Hollywood, it's like a great value Hollywood production. So I'm not surprised. And this is so cheap and easy to do and effective. And it's really staggering because people are looking at these images of Ukraine being bombed, supposedly, and it's actually NATO bombing Iraq or Israel bombing Gaza. These are NATO crimes, and the fact that there are so many of them, it's not even like from one place. This is from Gaza, this is from Iraq, this is from Baghdad. Like, doesn't that tell you something? That the majority of these wars are led by NATO. The majority of these wars are not Russia who's causing them. The majority of these wars are targeting people in the Middle East. And no one has any love for them. No one has any sympathy for them. There's nowhere near this amount of outrage and outpouring of support. I don't recall anyone putting Syrian flags in their usernames. I don't recall anyone doing that. I showed you all of those images, the fake images. I debunked them with you. Or rather showed you people debunking them. So make sure you watch that video. It's also up on the channel. And I think it's really important because a lot of these images are being used even by the BBC, you know? And people, they just want to believe it. Ukraine invasion, misleading claims continue to go viral. So this is published a day ago. They're saying there was a dispute whether she was actually the victim of Russian aggression or it was a gas explosion or something, you know? So that one is wrong, which I that's why I didn't show it to you last time, because I had also checked it before. And so, again, inversely, you do have people who are seeing actual, like, victims in Ukraine and then saying that that's fake. This one's not fake. And that's why I didn't show it to you last time. But normally, it's the other way around. Most of the stuff is not from Ukraine, at least from what I have seen, okay? And from the ones that went viral that I showed you last time. You should watch the video, and I went into through all of them. That's there you go. Ahat Tamimi, the one I just told you about, where she's confronting the soldier. Yep. See? This is in Palestine, obviously. And with these Molotov cocktails, this is not from now. This is from 2014. You know, it looks like, you know, some apocalyptic. And then here, this video game, I think it was Arma. Which video game was it? Yeah, it's Arma 3. It was like supposedly showing a dogfight with two planes. It was fake. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of them again because I did that already in the other video. But I just wanted to touch on the Snake Island myth for you briefly.